Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready. Let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
You're listening to the Chip and Cern Show. Well, hello, folks.
Hello.
Thanks for joining again. And as Cern always says, thanks for spreading the word.
Yeah. Spread it.
If you're new to the Chip and Cern Show, give us a shout on Twitter at chipandcernshow.com.
iTunes.
Very good. A shout in the form of a review.
Some sort of social media or some sort of
Something, anything social. And we'll swing you some stickers. And then if you're a new listener or old, and you are like, I'd like to represent with a hat, a t-shirt, some more stickers, you can go on, where, Cerny?
I believe it's chipandcernshow.com/shop.
Yes, and you will, everything you want there. Sizes from petite to fat fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
And everything in between. For chipandcernshow.com/shop. Well, Cerny and I are drinking some St. Archer from San Diego IPA. I like this one.
I do. This is a good one. I'll put this in my bank of beers I would revisit.
Now, I forgot how much this was, but I don't think this is a... First of all, a canned IPA is tough to find.
You're right. It's usually bottled.
So I'm thinking a sixer of these is probably... If it was $12, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's probably 10 or more. Well, How much is the 21st Amendment, like brew free or die? A sixer, that's like $9, right?
Yeah, that's usually because it's on sale, but I've never seen it off sale.
Yeah. Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, things that don't go good with drinking is driving.
True.
Speaking of driving, I recently, for the first time in a while, got myself a ticket.
Okay.
Now, Cerny, when's the last ticket you had? Traffic infraction, or whatever they're calling now.
I was 17.
Fuck.
I blew through a red light in front of myself.
Did you punch it? Was this in the Stang, the 5.0?
It was in the Stang, the 5.0. No, I just wasn't paying attention. It was a left-hand turn, and the light going straight turned green, and I I went out and realized my mistake, but I was already in an intersection. I said,
it's probably safer to, as long as you weren't going to get T-boned, to just go.
Exactly. And then,
whoop, whoop.
Yep. And I got what were you thinking? Like,
you see, officer, I was playing Pokemon Go in 2009.
Yeah. I remember saying, well, I thought the light was green because in the state of California.
Okay, fuck.
When the light is red, I was like, okay.
Time out. I don't need your fucking sermon here. Write me the goddamn ticket.
At that point in time, because I was a minor, they had to call my parents.
What?
Yeah,
that was a thing?
Davis, California. Yeah. It was in Davis, California.
Okay.
So she told me, well, you're mine. I got to call your parents. So what's your mom's number? I said,
here's my dad's.
Here's my dad's number. I did that.
Yeah.
And I remember her calling and her explaining to him. And I remember him, I got over here and going, is he going to jail? She said, well, no. Well, then why are you calling me?
I would want them to call your dad, too, on my behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Mr. Cerny, although my last name isn't. Just call him Mr. Cerny. He appreciates it.
Yeah.
My last ticket, Cerny was in the car for. Should we go into that story, or should I tell my new? I'll go on my new story. It's been
Jag. We'll revisit.
It's been
the ticket.
How old was that? How old were we? We weren't 21, so it has been 9 to 10 years.
Oh no, now this is you talking about when I.
Well, we might as well go into it now since we talked about
this. Is when the Hooters,
in
Sacramento, just opened. So we used to frequent there every Thursday for trivia night.
Yeah. Now, Now, when you're 16 or 15, whenever you get your license...
We were in college.
Right. Did you have any tickets? So 17, how many tickets have you had? What's your driving record like,
That's
Cerny?
it.
That's all. So you're relative. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good driving. I haven't been not as bad as some of our other fucking friends. That's for goddamn sure. I've had a 2 stop sign rolling, California stops, a speeding, and I
we'll
think
go on your new one, whatever that is,
and my new one.
Okay,
we won't. That's to be discussed.
We'll leave it out there.
So
with
the
carrot in front of the donkey.
One of them I kind of got fucked on. It was construction zone.
Ooh.
And there was the guy with the slow. He had the slow sign. You know, the swinging stop sign. One side says stop, one says slow. And he's waving people through. But the light is red, solid red. But this guy was waving. And I went through the thing because he was waving. And there was 6 cars ahead of me. And...
Y'all went.
I was the last one.
Okay.
And the fucking copper pulled me over.
Okay.
And I said, what about the other? He goes, sorry, you're the last one. So that's who I got. And I tried to, like, fight him and talk about it. And...
What was the explanation? Did they give you one?
I said, well, I was just following the thing. He goes, no, you have to follow the light over the construction. And then, of course, everyone sees this, at least in California, fines tripled in construction zone.
Yeah.
And he pulled me over, blah, blah, blah. I either didn't have my insurance card or the paper. You know, that shit's so fucking annoying. I don't even have it now. I'm not even sure. And I'm insured, but I don't know if I have accurate paperwork in my car.
Yeah.
Which isn't good. And so I said, well, here's my broker. Like, here's his card. You can call him to verify. And this is pre-iPhone. I couldn't pull it up and show a picture of him. So Cern reminded me of this today, that you were at my house.
That's right.
And I remember having to intercept the mail for like weeks on end when I knew this was coming.
At this point in time, the cars were not in, because we were minors when you got this, I believe, right? We were still in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we were like juniors, seniors, I believe. So the car was not registered in your name.
So it came to my mom or whatever.
Yeah. That's I remember this.
Really? I thought that car was under my name because it would have been in the Shaggin' Wagon, in the Sex Explorer. And
okay, yes, you're right.
Maybe it was in my name, maybe it wasn't. It probably was in my parents' name as well as mine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot the amount, but Cerny has a mind that he could remember this.
It was $1,003, I remember.
$1,003?
Yeah.
And how much money do you think I had to cover that? I probably had the $3.
Yeah, the $3.
I had the $3
for Taco Bell.
And I remember, like, I don't know, what was I going to do? Fucking sell my asshole for money?
I remember it ruining the day.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Wait up and just going, oh my God. Like, fuck. I'm fucked.
And I remember, like, I had no choice. I was on my back at that point. I had to fight. I'm like, I'm contesting this shit in court. I'm suing the I don't know how to do that, but I'm suing the officer and all this stuff. And I may have told this before on here or not, but I went to, the ticket on the day says show up April 24th at 8 a.m. and contest your ticket. So I show up on that date. I'm like, I'm here to contest. They're like, oh, no, actually, there's a bench warrant out for you. I'm like, I've never been. Hold on.
Okay.
Should I run now or what do I do? Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, this was done on April 9th. I'm like, no, it says right here. And I had the actual ticket, the yellow.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And he goes, oh, no, officer was here. The officer misread the date and they didn't correct it. So guess who got fucked on that? Not the police officer. That's for sure.
What?
Right. Shocking. And so they go, I said, well, I'm here today. Can we do it? And they're like, no, the officer needs a chance to show up. I'm like, he had his fucking chance. He misread it.
He can't even read his fucking home right.
So then they made a new date. I came back. Of course he shows up because there's nothing better to do in Roseville.
Yeah.
Than show up for these court dates. And I was trying to plead my case and whatever, knocked it down. And I brought my insurance paperwork and that knocked $500 off of it straight away. And then I think it ended up being I think it was 300 or 100 and like something like that.
380s.
And then I don't remember if it was too close for my other stop sign ticket. I couldn't do traffic school, so I just had to pay it and take the points, take the hit. Because your parents hated that shit when you would get points on your insurance because it would fuck them up the ass with the rates.
Oh, yeah.
That was one ticket. The other one was just kind of a dumb, had my girlfriend in the car and fucking distracted going down Main Street in Roseville. Every block has like 2 stop signs on it. I just rolled through one of them.
Right. Of course, it was the block with the police officer sitting there.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Of course. Yeah. And now I can't remember the last time I actually fully stopped in San Francisco. I've like rolled through things with cops at other intersections. They don't give a fuck because there's other shit going on. Oh. They're not going to bust you for petty shit in San Francisco. Now, the cream of the crop ticket that I got was certainly, you're privy to this. Trust me. Now when I say we, Tony.
This goes back to the Hooters.
This is the Hooters
discussion.
So before we could drink, we thought it was really cool to go to Hooters.
Yes, and it just opened.
Was this the one in Arden?
Arden, yeah.
Okay, that really just... Oh, it did. And okay, it just had opened. So we would go down there because we were at Sac State, right?
Yes.
So we were kind of in the area.
At this point in time, we were at Sierra.
Okay.
Remember? Because we used to carpool down there with Tony driving us.
That's right. So we would go, and we're 19 or 20.
Yeah.
For some reason, we weren't really into drinking. I mean, obviously, because we weren't of age, but... You know, other kids our age were into drinking. We weren't. We would go to Hooters because, like many red-blooded Americans, we like some nice fat tits. And there was fat tits, cute girls, and they would pay attention to us. Stuff we couldn't get from the junior college girls.
No.
For some reason.
And there was trivia.
Oh, there was trivia, and we could win gift cards.
And stuff like that.
We fancied ourselves a couple of brainiacs.
Yeah. And press the lid.
And we would roll deep to the trivia. Sometimes Tony's dad came once. And
that was where we got the ticket.
Okay, fucking A.
Because we went to the trivia night and we won.
We dominated.
We kicked everybody's ass and we won the
Go-kart.
Tickets to the Speedway. Yeah, the little go-kart thing.
So we went the same night?
Yeah, I remember we said, fuck it, let's go.
So every Thursday we would go to Hooters until pretty much we turned 21 and we realized like...
The beer is overpriced.
Hold on. Bud Light is $8 for a pint, and these girls, and then we kind of clicked for us like, wait, the girls are just trying to get more tip from us. And then we kind of just stopped going.
As soon as we turned 21, the wise,
we just became so much smarter.
What? They don't care about us.
We don't. They don't give a shit. And so
except for that one girl remember that one girl that was in love with that son of a bitch?
The thinner one with no tits?
Yeah.
And no ass? Yeah. And she worked at Hooters? Yeah, I remember her. Oh, she was the hostess. Remember they would pit the ugly girls? No, not ugly. They would pit the non-traditional looking Hooters girls or dudes. They would be the host.
Yeah.
They're the ones who walk you to your table, and then you got, Brittany Busty there serving you. Hi, guys, I'm Brittany. And then takes a napkin, draws a heart, and writes Brittany, and then kind of sits next to you, pulls a stool up next to Cern, and throws her arm around him. How many wings you getting tonight? This kind
naked?
Of stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hot. Maybe I should take my shorts off.
Oh, sweet. And then at 21, you're like, and then you try to pursue it. Like, really? Well, what are you doing later on tonight? Well,
work late. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
19, your dick stiff. 21, you're like, and your beer's overpriced, and you're not going to suck my dick. Fuck this. We're going to the bar. What's the bar, right? That we used to go to, right? There's a fucking dive. No. In Sac, right by Sac State on...
Stingers?
Stingers, there you go. Fuck it, we're going to Stingers. But we're like, hold on, we're paying $8 for a pint of Bud Light, and we get 2 pitchers for $8 at Stingers, and probably have a better chance of getting our dick sucked? We're going there.
Speaking of bars, we're going on 10 here.
It's fine.
Pine Cove.
Oh,
remember we go to the Pine Cove? We drink the $2 pitchers of Pabst all night.
Now... For any OG fans out there, this was...
Oh, we actually had a Chip and Cern Show.
I don't even know how this happened.
I don't know either.
We threw a Chip and Cern Show event.
We did.
Do we have T-shirts? And we brought tons of T-shirts for people.
I think, yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe I just made that up. I'm not sure. And we were like, okay, we're going to the Pine Cove. because Tony and your house was right.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
I mean, you could have walked, but we decided to drive because that's what you do when you're drinking tons of beer. We didn't drink and drive, please. Mom and Dad.
We didn't.
Mom and Dad aren't listening, let's be honest. Tony drove because he's sandbagging and a non-listening son of a bitch. And it was like, we did a Facebook event thing, like, come hang with Chip and Cern. I guess we thought we were tight shit.
Yeah.
Fucking...
We had a turnout.
Probably 15 people showed up, which was way more than I expected.
We were just trying to drink.
And I remember me and Cerny being so fucking nervous, or at least I was. I was so nervous, like, oh my God, like, these people, are they going to expect us to be funny all the time?
Yeah, do we have to perform?
Right. Do we have to crack jokes all the time? And the thing about this Pine Cove bar is that you get $2 pitchers of PBR on Thursday nights or whatever, Tuesday, whenever we did it.
With the popcorn machine.
We got so fucking wrecked. Were we doing shots and stuff? We were probably doing Jack Daniels.
We did karaoke. Remember we went up there.
The one time I've done karaoke, and we've been to how many karaoke bars? I will not. People are like, come on, you're funny, you do it. I'm like, fuck no. I'm not doing that.
No.
And this one time I did it.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. And then probably within 7 minutes of that happening, I was booting outside Tony's car whilst he was driving on the freeway.
All over the side.
All over the side of his car. That's how fucking turned up I was.
We drank it.
I don't. And then that whole night was that could be a whole fucking podcast that whole night. And we need my wife here because we will accuse her of things that she will want to vehemently deny.
Remember, this was a time when the show Tool Academy. Remember that show? Your wife and I used to watch. I used to go over to your house.
Oh, Tool
Academy.
A douchebag, yeah.
So remember those guys that came walking in? That was right that day. And I think I yelled Tool Academy, and the guy said, "Hey, what the fuck?" And the bouncer said, "Get out!" And I was like, "What?"
To you?
No, to the guy, because I yelled Tool Academy, and he was pissed
because they were probably swole. They were probably buff as fuck.
Yeah, Mr. Jersey Shore.
Probably tank top.
Yep. Spike.
Probably some tribal tattoos and a faux hawk.
No, they had the at that point in time the Gotti. You know the Gotti sons, the hairdo where they spike it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, just like a Jersey Shore douche looking thing.
Jersey Shore.
That's right, Tool Academy. Wow, we went way off course.
Anyway, ticket.
Back to Hooters.
So
we won the trivia.
So we were going.
So we're like, what time was this? It's probably wasn't that late. It's probably 8 o'clock at night, 7 maybe.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it, we're gonna go over there. So we drove our cars over to race car go-karts.
Now, mind you, remember we were driving.
We weren't drinking at this point.
No, but we were driving 100 miles an hour.
Oh, right.
We should have died.
This was in my car, right?
Because Dana was in the front seat and I was in the back. And Tony was following us. We were going about 110, 115.
Oh, my God. I literally forgot about this until what you just said. And I do remember. And I was driving.
Yeah, we should have died.
And we were racing. We're like, race you guys. And I had a Toyota Corolla Sport.
That's right.
It had probably 115 horsepower.
Yeah.
That was fucking stupid. I'll say it right now. That was pretty fucking stupid.
8 o'clock on a Thursday.
And we were just weaving in and out of traffic. I mean, it was dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, we made it there. And the go-kart racing, I remember it being really fun.
Yeah, we were to put the suits on and all that shit.
And you put you're like a NASCAR driver almost.
It's not like the Scandia or the golf course.
No, it's not
golf cart. You actually had
and I remember I never hit the brake once, just on it and just cranking around the corner
a couple times
of course, spinning out. Yeah. And so that wrapped up. That was a blast. That was a lot of fun. And I specifically remember getting in the car and I think it even hit us at the time because we got there. And I was like, that was pretty dumb, the way we drove over, like how fast we did. Yeah,
because I remember Tony's dad. He said, you guys are fucking morons. Because he was riding
with
Tony. I think Tony was driving.
Okay.
So he was in the
right,
passenger.
because he was probably drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are dumb.
I'm like, yeah, actually, you're right. But
and I remember thinking, like, okay, we got that shit out of our system, right? Because we were all fucking hyped up, and we won trivia at Hooters. Yeah. And I remember driving, seriously, whatever speed limit said 65, boom, 65.
That's right, on the way home.
So this is on the way home, and now it's probably 10 or 11 at night. It's dark. Cerny, Dana, Tony.
There's just us three.
Us 3 or 4 in the car. Dana's riding shotgun. Cerny's in the back, and Tony's back there. And we're in the fast lane on Business 80 to get real local for you Sacramento folks here. And there's not a fucking car in sight, right? No. We're just in the carpool lane on a Friday night or whatever, Thursday night. Yeah. It's not carpool time. I'm going 65 in a 65. Just going. And out of nowhere, a motorcycle right up behind us, like fucking riding our ass. Oh, yeah, like I remember this, and I'm like, this fucking guy. All I see in my mirror, and I remember commenting on it.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
Now, what do you remember thinking, Cerny, about this? First of all, race car, the go-karts was fun.
It was fun. I remember all the lights like this. What is this guy's problem? How come he cannot go around me?
And Cerny, if you haven't noticed, sometimes he goes from like 0 to 60 pretty quick, or 0 to 100. Not 100. 0 to 60.
Yeah, I don't kill folks.
The way we are in the car with the dynamic of the friends and stuff, we kind of like, it just stirs it and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm driving and I probably go, look at this fucking guy behind me. And Dana probably said something and Cerny's getting riled up. Tony, who knows what he's doing. And we're going and I'm like, fuck this guy. And I just let off the gas. I'm in the fast lane and let off the gas, right? So I probably go from 65 down to 63, 62, 60, nothing. And I even probably gave him a little brake tap. Not a check.
Breaker, yeah.
Just tap. Because very easily this person can go around. Now, I've been in the position of the motorcycle before where I've been behind someone really slow in the fast lane. I'm like, get the fuck over. Like, that's why I yell at them in the car as I'm pointing over and honking my horn at them. Now, so in retrospect, I should have went over one lane. It would have been fine. But we were young and dumb and full of cum, and we just rode it out. So we're going there, and I'm letting off the gas. I'm probably slowed down. I probably was going below 60.
Yeah.
And then getting closer. Did he flash? No light. I don't think they flashed lights at us.
No.
And he's motorcycle slows down. Then it pulls to the side. And I'm like, oh, finally.
I remember I'm announcing, I'm going to give this fucking guy the finger.
And I look back, and Cerny is there, and he just puts his middle finger up, like, right up against the window. And I remember looking at the motorcycle, and I'm like, fuck, that is a cop. And Cerny has his middle finger up right at the cop. And I'm like, oh, no. Now, Cerny, from your point of view, please tell us.
I remember him looking, hitting the brakes. So
now, we were all pissed off in the car.
Yeah, because he was riding our ass for...
We weren't drinking at all.
No.
We were just dumb and young.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would have flipped the guy off, too.
Yeah.
Because he was being stupid.
Hit my window first.
So he just came by, Cerny, and you just were like, fuck this guy.
I'm giving him the finger for you.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm being noble. And hitting the finger, and I remember him looking at me, hitting the brakes, like, oh.
And when the finger was up, is that when you assessed that this is a cop and, like, this is going to be a problem?
I put it him coming to the window, and then when he actually made it to the window, I was like,
oh.
I want this back.
Right. I wish I had these last 3 seconds back. And I look back, and I'm like, fuck. And I think Tony shit, like, just went, fucking sorry, that's a cop. As he should have.
Yeah.
And he came back over right behind us, and I'm like,
no.
I'm like, for sure. I mean, we weren't doing anything wrong except the middle finger situation.
Yeah.
Lights. pull all the way over. There's no cars on the freeway.
No.
He parks behind us. I'm like, did I yell at you or anything? I don't.
No, just you told me not to say anything.
Yeah.
Don't
Cerny, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't going to spell it off, but
No, but I got it.
I'm sure you felt incredibly bad.
Yeah. Like,
And I just remember rolling down the window, and he came up pretty aggressively, like running. He was pissed.
Yelling at me. Remember, he said, "What's your problem with the back?"
He fucking turned his mag light on and said, let me see all your IDs, and you guys got something to say to me? And I was like, you know what, officer, I'm really sorry about my friend back there. And he shined, I remember him shining his light right at you.
Yeah, you got something to say? I was like,
yeah. He's like, let me see all your IDs. And we were like, okay, we were kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't, what are we going to say? And he's like, you know why I pulled you over? And I don't know, I was like, yeah, whatever. And he goes, you were speeding.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
come on.
It was like,
I was like, dude, it was, he's like, I had you going 65 and a 60. And I said, we were the only car on the thing, and we're in the fast lane, and we're going 5 miles over. I said, you were riding my tail, and you could have went around, and, blah, blah, blah. And he just was, he was being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yes, he got flipped off by a teenager. Fucking, It's not the first or last time it's happened to you. Sure. Relax. And then I remember him, they go back to the car and they radio in, oh, we got Mr. Smith here, birthday to blah, 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 this, blah, blah, and they check your background.
Yeah.
And he comes back up to my window and he goes, oh, Officer so-and-so, which is like a distant sort of family friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, my mom's friends with him. And he's like, okay, he'll take care of it. I'm like, okay, cool, we're getting off the hook, right? Then he gives me the speeding ticket for 60 and a 65. And I'm like, 65 and a 60.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, this is ridiculous. He goes, nope, you know him, he'll take care of it, or blah, blah. And there's this thing, I guess, that cops can kind of sign off on your ticket and it gets forgiven. Is that a thing? I don't know. That's what I thought or was told at the time.
I don't have cop friends. I don't know.
Me neither. So I remember as soon as the guy left, Cerny's like, I'll pay for it, whatever it is. But it's whatever, dude. And I called this guy that he was going to take care of it. And I told him the story and everything. He goes, well, it sounds like you need to learn a lesson.
What?
I'm like, hold on, this is my friend. This wasn't even me. He goes, the people that you associate yourself. I'm like, come on. I can't break up a Cerny like this.
Yeah.
And I remember bribing Dana with Burger King breakfast cheeseburgers in the morning.
That's right.
To go to court.
I was not invited.
For no offense, Cerny. This is pretty obvious, I thought.
I got it.
I was like, okay, Dana,
I was not offended.
You're level-headed. And one, I wouldn't even bother asking Tony because he wouldn't even wake up that early for himself, let alone a friend. Dana is the only one I can count on. And Cerny, I didn't want you there because I didn't want the officer coming over the bench, the bench at you. And we show up. I mean, it felt like I woke up at 4 a.m. We probably woke up at 7.
Yeah.
Got to the court at 8. Put my only button-down shirt on.
Oh, okay.
The motherfucker no-showed. Ticket got tossed.
Pussy.
I'm like,
fucking pussy.
Good. I'm like, sorry, Dana, but thank you. And then, since then, smooth sailing.
So the last ticket you paid for
was the $1,000 that got marked down. Now,
go on.
I took an awful long to get to the current story.
Oh, that's right. Your current.
My last ticket,
yes,
was driving up to Windsor to wine country from San Francisco for there's triathlons up there, and I was driving my car up there with my bike on the roof to do a training ride on the course. I had the wife and the kid in the car. This is pretty early. This is like 7 or 8. And when you're going up north on the 101 from San Francisco, I was going through the place that we're moving to, Novato, and it's a 2 to 3 lane highway. It kind of goes down pretty slow.
Yep.
And, I feel that I'm a good driver. I can navigate at 80 to 90 miles an hour and be pretty safe. I don't tailgate people. But I kind of do weave in and out of traffic, especially when it's I'm in the fast lane and they're not doing anything. They're going 70 and I have to like break my cruise control or hit the brakes. I just go around. Pass on the right, which isn't technically correct. Anyway, doing this, which I do all the time.
On a 2-lane highway, it's perfectly okay.
Yeah. And copper pulls me over. I'm like, fuck. This hasn't happened in a while. And, you know, cops aren't... There's a lot... They're in the news a lot because they're shooting people or getting shot.
You know what? I've said it's never been a worse time to be a cop.
Yeah.
Never been a worse time.
And we have a friend that's a cop, and he kind of has said, like... He works in fucking Stockton. The graveyard in Stockton.
Murder capital, California.
Yeah. And he said... Whenever they pull anyone over, they have to roll too deep, first of all. And he's like, they're so fucking nervous whenever they roll up that if you do these things, and he named off like 5 things, instantly the stress level is like way lower.
Okay.
And they'll be more willing to work with you. And I'm like, I'm applying these techniques. I had the window rolled down, the radio was off or down, car was off, hands right on the steering wheel, and you know, he came. He's like, you know, I pulled you over, and or he said you were going fast back there or something, and he goes, you know how fast you were going? I said, I really don't. And I mean, he pulled me over. I was like, I'm fucked. Because I don't know what speed I was at. I
don't know, but I'm sure it was high.
And he goes, you know what the speed limit is? I said, I don't. He said, I had you at 90 and a 65.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I can't argue. I said, I can't argue with you. I you know, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you know, he goes, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm running a little late. I'm meeting up with some people for a bike ride. You know, bikes on top of the roof. You know, I'm just running a little late. And he goes, yeah, you're weaving in and out of traffic, even with this new nice car you have. You know, if you wreck at 90, you'll still be really injured. And we have one of these, like, really dark screens in the back for the kids so it doesn't get sun on her eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't think he actually saw her because I think he would have, like, tried to really teach me a lesson with the kid in the car. And so he just said, I want you to be there safe and blah, blah. He said, I'm going to... And he went back, came back, gave me a ticket. He said, I'm only going to write you up for 70 or 75 in the 60. So it wasn't too bad. It was only like 10 over. I was like, well, thank you. I didn't have my current insurance again.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled it up on my phone. I was like, is this okay? He's like, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Which, cool. Okay. I mean, that should be how it is. Yeah, I'm insured. Don't worry about it. Or you can worry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Gave me the ticket, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And I was like, oh, man, that hasn't happened in a while, but I couldn't fight it or anything. Like, it wasn't even worth it.
No.
Now, I was like, oh, man, I have to drive all the way up here to contest this or even submit, like, a guilty thing. Well, it turns out, like, all this shit's online now, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I go online and I sign up for traffic school because I haven't, you know, traffic school, you can do it once every 3 years. I'm like, okay, great. I'll save my point on my insurance. Traffic school online. It's like $17.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet. And then I told the story a couple episodes ago. I was playing Pokemon Go in the airport with the high school kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the delay, I also waited till the very last day and took my traffic school. And you can just take these tests, the multiple choice tests online.
That's what I did for
and then go through. So I finished the test, which said it should take you like 2 hours. I finished it in 10 minutes. And I got to the end. It's like, this test should take you an hour. Please go back and review the materials. So it wouldn't even let me finish it. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I literally had my computer open while I'm trying to catch a fucking squirrel in the airport.
Okay.
And then I took the test and I passed it.
Of course.
And boom.
Voila.
That's it.
Point saved.
Point saved. Money spent. But, you know, it was a...
Lesson learned. For the day.
For the day. And I did. And it's always like when the cop leaves and he's like, okay, have a good day. You're like, thank you. And you're like, part of you just wants to just fucking spin.
Thank you.
Spit up rocks.
Let him get, you know, to the car. Officer fuckhead.
Yeah. Officer Dick Licker. Pole smoker. Sergeant Pole smoker. So, Cerny, your driving history is not that entertaining.
No.
I'm sure some of our fans have a pretty good getting pulled over stories. I mean, you assisted one of my great ones.
I did have the assist, John Stockton. John Stockton here on that one.
The mailman, Carl Malone.
That's Carl Malone.
And
Mr. Assist Master.
Yeah. Now,
if you have a story,
where should you send it?
You can either tweet us if it's quick. It was 126 characters.
Or 140.
140, sorry. Or you can email us at chipandcernshow@gmail.com.
More long form.
Yeah, it's long form. Facebook.
And we'll fucking read this maybe next time.
Yeah, read it on the show.
Share with us. We know some of our friends have a couple probably doozies.
Yes, Joe.
I've been Tony too.
Oh.
I know Tony.
Actually, I think
Tony's the worst out of all of us.
Yeah, he's a champ.
God, he's such a fucking idiot behind the wheel for some reason. He will never know.
I'm gonna out him out right now.
Oh shit, Cerny.
Now, Tony.
Well, maybe he hasn't had one in a while. But when Tony was between the ages of 16 and 17, what did he get? 5 tickets, and a couple accidents? Like
Tony, remember we had to drive you around because your license was suspended?
Oh,
well,
shit.
I'm calling you out right now.
God damn, you gonna take that?
Yeah.
Probably is because he won't hear this.
He won't hear it, you son of a bitch.
License suspended. That's like 3 or 4 tickets in a...
He was going triple digits.
Oh.
65.
Oh.
The police officer pulled him over and said, "Give me one good reason why I shouldn't take it to jail." He said, "Because I don't want to go."
That's a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
Well, bring a valid point up, son. Oh, Tony. Joe? How?
Oh, he had a few.
Yeah, Dana? Dana's probably...
I don't know. Dana? You can let us know.
Now, if I had a guess, I'm going to say Dana...
Don't text us, Dana. Let us know via social media.
Via our social media accounts. I'm going to guess that Dana probably doesn't have many because he was 16 way younger, way later than any of us. So we were probably more driving him around.
Yes.
And then by the time he got around to driving, it wasn't... We were overdoing our stupid shit. Partially overdoing our stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you have anything to share...
Share with us.
Please. Chip and Cern Show at any of the avenues that you wish.
Gmail.com, Twitter, Facebook. Anything else?
Twitter, Facebook. We don't have Instagram or Snapchat or any of that shit.
I know what to think about that.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. We can't even handle 2 social media accounts. Why sign up for any more?
If you like...
No.
Let us know. Put some stickers your way. If you interact with us, possibly.
Right. Just, that you're alive would be nice.
That you care.
If you're a new listener, give us a shout on Twitter. Stickers right in the mail. Well, you got to send us your address. We don't know where to send it.
Yeah.
But we'll ship it off.
If you Twitter DM us.
Yeah, direct message.
Yeah.
DM us. That is a weird...
Yeah.
Send us a message.
Yeah. You don't need to post it on...
Yeah, or if you order any merch on chipandcernshow.com/shop, you'll get some stickers in there as well.
And then stick that around, spread it.
And if you're like, hey, we'll give you a couple stickers, but if you want to really, you have some friends at work or you have multiple phones or laptops that you want to put it on in your car, just, in the whatever, like, hey, give me 10. Okay.
We can do that.
No problem. We can hook it up.
We can accommodate.
Very accommodating. Well, Cerny, I'm glad that you're flipping the officer off didn't affect my driving record.
I'm glad too.
Likewise. And I didn't realize you're such a good driver. You had like a cop attracting car.
I did. Now, I did get... Wrapping it up. But
okay.
I did get pulled over many times. I remember getting pulled over...
Now, Cerny, for any of you that don't know, had a 87
5.0 Mustang.
5.0 Mustang, and you had some fucking Flowmaster.
Oh, yeah, it was loud.
The pipes, and, everyone, your penis was 3 inches unless you had some fucking crazy sound system in your car. So Cerny had some ridiculous subwoofer situation going on, amp.
Yeah.
God, the money we fucking spent on that shit.
I know.
And it was like, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. I remember getting pulled over at this one occasion. I remember I had left my wallet at Tony's house, and I remember this was 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. was leaving Tony's house.
Now, just a little context. We wouldn't be at Tony's house drinking. We'd be like fucking around, TPing and water ballooning people. We wouldn't. For some reason, we weren't really into drinking.
Yeah,
playing video games. We were just fucking
joking,
around,
basically.
just being idiot boys.
So I remember when I was going home, and I left my wallet. So I turned around to get my wallet, and actually, I made the U-turn, everything legally. I remember getting up. I mean, within a block of the house, getting pulled over. We're going, what the?
On Junction.
Yep. We're going, what did I do?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I had zero idea. Guy coming up going, well, you know why I pulled you over? I said, I do not. And he said, well, you're weaving. And I said, hold on a second.
Come on.
And I said, wait a minute, I'm not even drunk. He said, well, how much have you had? I said, 0. He said, well, where's your license? I said, funny thing is, there's a house.
Well, officer, I'm almost there.
Where are you going? I said, to get my wallet. I forgot at my friend's house.
Yeah.
What are you doing at your friend's house? Hanging out.
Right.
Doing this whole stupid exchange. And I remember going, you sure it wasn't a party? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And he said, I remember when this was at a time when we were doing baseball conditioning. Remember, and I get shin splints, so I'd rub the Icy Hot on my shins.
Oh, okay.
And I remember him saying, well, it smells like cough syrup or something in your car.
Yeah, that's why you're fucking getting drunk.
And I remember saying, well, you know the parties these days got cough syrup on tap. He said, step out of the car.
Oh, fucking Cerny.
I said, okay. So I stepped out of the car, and by this point, there was 4 officers there. I went,
any guns drawn?
No.
Okay.
He goes,
it's because you're not black. But
true,
yeah.
True. I remember stepping out going, well, I guess I'm the
entertainment for the evening.
Yeah, the guy goes, yeah. And I said, okay. So then I remember doing the breathalyzer, blowing a 0 and everything.
Did you tell him to go fuck himself after that?
I remember blowing in the breathalyzer, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think, I thought.
So this is 20 minutes into him pulling you over.
Yeah.
I would have been fucking out of my mind right now.
Pulling me over. I remember him saying, hold out your hands. And I was like, oh, I thought I was getting cuffed. I was like, oh, what? What? I want to see the breathalyzer.
Right.
They were popping the mouthpiece that I blew into. He goes, there's your souvenir for the night. I remember going, you motherfucker.
I remember you showing that to me.
I had it.
Now, we're rebooting the show.
Yeah.
We were trying to wind it down, and then we fucking rebooted it.
Reboot.
But nothing... Now, this pisses me off when I'm driving on the freeway because I commute from San Francisco to Sacramento a fair amount.
Yeah.
And when you're driving and you're going 80 and the speed of traffic is 80.
Yeah.
Now, I found the speed limit could be 40, but if everyone else is going 80, the cop's going to let you go.
Yeah. Whoever stands out.
If you're going 100 and you're blasting through like we were after Hooters going the go-kart, and everyone else is going 80, you're going 100, that will get you in trouble.
Yes.
When you're going 80 and the speed of traffic and the person 2 things ahead of you sees a copper, like hiding, a speed trap, and they fucking like pull the e-brake or something.
Yes.
Like, one, just go by. Yeah. Like nothing happened. If you hit the brakes,
you saw them? They already got you. They already got you.
Yeah. By the time you see him, he already got you. Yeah. You can't fucking change it. So whenever I see a cop, I will... Simply, this is Chip and Cern pro tip. I'll just let off the gas because that will slow you down a little bit. You won't be going forward, and if he's gauging with his eye or whatever the fuck he's doing. Anyway, that annoys me.
All right, so you know what annoys me even worse than that?
Let's hear it.
Is when he has somebody actually already pulled over, and you get the brake slam.
Oh my god!
Like he's going to stop writing the ticket and jump in his car,
right? Because you're going 5 over.
Yeah,
on the freeway.
Yeah, that drives me insane.
That I agree. That is probably that's my number one, I guess, pet peeve. I guess you would call it. But right, he's pulled it. Like, what's he going to do? You wait here, sir.
Yeah,
there's someone. He's going 85 and a 75.
I gauged it with my eye. With my retina.
Now we used to hear all this shit of like, oh, when they pull you over, ask to see the radar gun. Like all these fucking, I don't know if they're a wives' tale. And we need to go on Snopes.com to see if they're true or not.
We do.
But is that a thing? Like I've never asked to see the radar gun. Usually they are about the same of what I think I was going.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Radar gun. Oh, the same thing with the DUI. Ask to see the breathalyzer. Refuse the test and say you want a blood draw. Like, okay, this is, I don't know. Anyway, I do know that Chip and Cern Show wants you to send your speeding, cop pulling over, misspent news stories in to chipandcernshow@gmail.com.
Your Dewey pics.
Yeah, send us your slammer photos.
There you go.
And we'll post them online.
Yeah.
To shame you. But everyone drive safe until then. If you're listening to your car, drive safe. And just remember, if the cop's over there under the bridge, he's got the gun out, and you see him, he's already got you.
Yeah, he's already got you.
Ease off the gas.
He's on the gas.
Don't need to hit the brakes.
Or just keep speeding because he's already got you.
Just keep going because he's already got you. But I do the look back in the mirror like, got by that guy. Yes. I was definitely going 93.
Live and find another day.
Speaking of living another day, Cerny, we do.
We do.
And there will be another episode after this. So.
Absolutely.
Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers. Follow the Chip and Cern Show at chipandcernshow.com, Facebook and Twitter.
Listen at Chip and Cern Show, iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, Google Play, and more.
Support the Chip and Cern Show on Patreon and chipandcernshow.com/shop.
Let us know we're doing some feedback. chipandcernshow@gmail.com. But most importantly, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a stranger. chipandcernshow.com.